What's going on, everyone? It's time for another Netflix original sci-fi action film review. Today we're going to talk about a film called Rim of the World. It's a Netflix original, released May 24th, 2019. It was directed by Mick G, who did films like Terminator Salvation, which I have a review for, The Babysitter, and The Babysitter Killer Queen. I think I reviewed Killer Queen, but not the first one of those. But he also did Charlie's Angels and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, 3 Days to Kill, and This Means War. This had a budget of $19 million, and boy, it did not feel like it. um, yeah, so Rim of the World. Well, a group of young kids or misfit teens and stuff are all going to a elite summer camp for the summer, and where you go ziplining and stuff like that, where an alien invasion happens while they're there, and they're out on some excursion where some of the kids run off, and then they end up getting left behind. And they meet a fallen astronaut who gives them a key to help NASA fight off the aliens. And yeah, and it's up to them to navigate through Los Angeles and get to there to help end the alien warfare. It's very cheesy setup, but yeah. Overall, this film looks pretty good. The cinematography is not too bad. They do a lot of weird colors and stuff to hide the shitty CG in it, because you can tell, especially if you've seen as many movies as I have, how bad the CG was. But if you put a yellow filter over it, looks a little bit better and stuff. Now, I do got to say the monsters in this, like the aliens and stuff, look pretty cool, and that I do like the look of it. They're pretty menacing and stuff. But overall, and they do have a more darker feel to them, especially on night shots and stuff, and it looks pretty cool. The acting and stuff is hit and miss depending on which characters you're looking at. Overall, I thought the kids stuff was actually not that bad. Some of the comedy in it was really well done too. Some of it seemed pretty forced, but overall, I thought the characters, at least the main four that you follow, are actually pretty well done and stuff. Some of the supporting characters, not so much. There's a lot of throwaway random characters that you don't see ever again, which is kind of stupid. I think it's more to get the TikTok crowds in and all of that nonsense. I think they could have cut half the opening scene out, to be quite honest, because that's kind of just there for a bit. And then it tries to go a little more serious, but there's one big flaw in this film. They have to go to Los Angeles, which they go, and then they realize their families and stuff aren't there, so they have to walk all the way back. They just wasted an hour of the film for pointless sake, and then they have to go the opposite way. Yeah, the decision making in the way they set this up, I think it was more just for action purposes and stuff, and then they have to go backtrack and stuff, which is kind of just dumb if you actually think about it. But if you think too hard about this movie, a lot of it's not going to make sense. This is for young adults, like teens and stuff, not really my age, but still. Yeah, overall, I did think it was an amusing film, and it was all right. This, like I said, the CG and practical effects or special effects are okay in some spots. Some of it was really shoddy in some spots, but yeah, the acting and cinematography is really good, and overall, it's a good brainless type of turn off your brain and watch some alien invasion stuff. They do a lot of cool callbacks to horror and sci-fi films and stuff, very reminiscent of Independence Day. They even have some alien references in there, even other horror films like the Saw reference and things like that. So they have some fun little things like that mixed in too, which makes it a little more amusing. But overall, I thought it was an okay film, and by no means it's a good popcorn flick, like most modern movies are. Just a good popcorn flick. It's not going to change the world of sci-fi. It's not going to be a huge thing, but it definitely was better than I was expecting, and a little more darker in some scenes, but some of it was also a little drawn out. And like I said, the supporting characters were pretty bland and kind of pointless. So, yeah, but that's what I think of Rim of the World. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. I thought it was an okay film. And, yeah, I check it out. It's still on Netflix right now. It's a Netflix original, so I think it's always going to be up there, so you can check it out right on there. And also link the trailer down below, so you can at least check that out if you want to. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. That's linked down below. That's where I post clips of films. When I review in the future on my stories, you put the film title in there and some history thing in there as well. And my Letterbox is also linked down below. Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below. Reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms to stay in the loop of this channel. Holy, it's getting hard to talk now. And yeah, so yeah, where am I? And don't forget to subscribe. Hope you find something weird if you're on. They probably never thought of checking out together. And also my opinions on popular films, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. Don't forget to like this video, share it so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any films or film franchise in any genre and on any streamer service I want to hear my opinions on in the future. Comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get them as soon as I can and if I can find them. And yeah, make sure you ring that bell because we're going to continue off the Friday the 13th franchise in the next review. Jason Lives. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those alien races invading our Earth, trying to take over, even though we're a whole bunch of dumb idiots. So I don't know why they would want to. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.